Hey, how's it going? Checking in for today after a fairly strange day. Strange in the respect that I've spent a bit more time doing the work that I've been on for the last few days, mainly because I've got a follow-up call with Heather tomorrow, my coaching buddy that I met up with last week, and tomorrow is the follow-up call. So I had to do the work before that, and I'm very glad that I did, because it's been very interesting, shall we say, in terms of what it's been throwing up, and actually much more clarity as well. So it's not really interesting. It's nothing kind of weird. It's just spending time thinking about who you are, what your values are, what you represent, what you stand for, what you stand against, what you offer, what difference you make, what your kind of core offering is, what the benefits of working with you are in different ways. It's always a kind of a re-grounding experience, and it's been very useful doing that. So that was kind of through the day, and all the time I had at the back of my mind, because I've done a few other bits as well today, all the while at the back of my mind I've had this Toastmasters International Speech Contest at the club level tonight, which I had in my mind. I didn't have any clue what I was going to be speaking about when I went to bed last night. I woke up this morning and I was walking the dog. I was literally out. Was I walking the dog? No, I wasn't even walking the dog. I can't remember what I was doing. In fact, yes, that's right. I'd just written a post. That's it. I'd just written a post. And it was about heart surgery, or I'd written something about heart surgery. And I was thinking, it's not flipping like speaking or something. It's not heart surgery. I thought that's going to be my speech for tonight. That's going to be what I'm going to talk about. And I kind of related it back to basically tell the story of when I watched some open heart surgery a few years ago, and how disconnected the surgeon, my friend Steve, was from the consequences. Absolutely focused on the process, not, ooh, this might happen, that might happen if I'm a millimetre too far to the left or the right. Anyway, so that was kind of the hook, and put together a speech which actually had some nice points to it, nice parts to it. I was really quite pleased with some of it. I actually filmed it as well, so I'm going to put some of that together in a little clip, which I'll probably try and do either tomorrow or the next day in my daily update. But I filmed it primarily because I wanted to just be able to review it and go back over it, whether or not I won, which I did actually, it turned out. So this is the trophy that I had. It was a bit dirty actually. This is the trophy that I'd returned because I won it last year as well. Go me. So I've won that one again. Then I was also given this trophy, which I should have been given at the end of last Toastmasters year, June time, for Toastmaster of the Year, mainly because I was the Vice President Education, and I'd done a few other bits as well, just fully immersed in Toastmasteriness. So I was given that last year as well by the outgoing president. And then also this evening I was also in the evaluation contest, where you have a target speaker. Somebody gives a speech, and then there's four tonight, different evaluations for 2 to 3 minutes, and I managed to win that one as well. So I've come away with a fairly good haul of silverware there. So I'm pleased with that. And actually there was one other thing as well I just wanted to kind of finish off to log in tonight's update, which was that there's a new guy just joined the club, a guy called John, and I've met him before. He's a hypnotist, and he's got some speaking experience behind him, and he's actually taking part in the speech contest tonight, and he's literally just joined last night, and this is first. He's done Toastmasters before, so he was eligible to do the contest. You have to have done something like 5 or 6 speeches to be eligible. And what was interesting was my immediate response to that, like inner response, which was, oh shit, he's going to be better than me. He's going to beat me, and it lasted for about maybe a second and a half, that particular response. But that was it. I had to kind of acknowledge that this was something that that is still within me. This kind of, it's not just a competitiveness, it's kind of an ugly, darker side that I feel like I've done a lot of work on over the years to, because it's something that holds me back, it's held many people back, and still holds people back. Well, I'm not going to put myself out because now there's somebody who's going to be better than me. After a second and a half of thinking thoughts like that, I was fully embracing of the fact that we've got another highly skilled and interesting speaker member who's just joined, because I learned so much from watching other people as well. And it was, I wouldn't be sitting here telling this story like this in a public video like this if I hadn't immediately processed things. I feel absolutely really very happy, in fact, that there's somebody else in the club. You know, he didn't obviously win the speech contest. I won the speech contest tonight. I still would have been saying this even if it had been the other way around. But I was just very aware, and as I was experiencing these kind of immediate emotions and thoughts going through my head, I thought to myself, I'm going to have to make a note of this in my daily log, my daily video. So there we go. Great that there's other people coming into the club who I can continue to learn from and evolve. And this guy, he did a great speech. Actually, there was a few bits that didn't quite work out for him, but actually there was some really lovely bits in it as well. Some very clever bits. Actually, some things that I can probably take and apply into some of my content already. So yes, I'm very kind of pleased that that's happened. So good day, kind of a bit of a weird day because there's lots of ups and downs, and I hadn't not downs necessarily, but I'd had just this kind of speech bumbling along at the back of my mind, and it was literally about 2:30 this afternoon that I went out for this walk and started putting the whole thing together because I didn't want to just sit down and try and have an idea. So it was about 2:30 when I started coming up with this. So I feel like I've done a good job tonight to very quickly wrap this speech, create this speech out of pretty much nothing. And bring it to a point where I was happy enough with it. Definitely there's work to be done. I've got to go to the area level next in March to deliver it again, so just kind of looking at this as to my progress that I've made. I'm happy with the process that I have now for creating content for writing speech, especially those short ones. Just need to put a little bit more time and effort into finessing it and making it a bit better. So anyway, there's my check-in for the day. Thanks for watching and listening. Do give it a like if indeed you did, and subscribe to the channel, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.